most of you guys know. And I'm a hotelier living on the island of Grenada in the Caribbean. We own 2 hotels, each with 50 rooms. One is a beachfront resort and the other is a budget hotel. I've lived here for 23 years and I'm actually talking to you right now from inside one of our properties. We live on property. So to give you an idea of the problem, is to say, in 2019, I paid $42,000 worth of commissions to Expedia, Booking.com, and the rest, what we would call the OTAs, online travel agents. And for us, that figure is about 20% of the total booking value that they send our way. And for others, it's actually as high as 30%. And this is a problem not just for us, but for most hotels around the world. It's a love-hate relationship. You know, we're really thankful that they bring in the volume that they do, but we wish we didn't have to pay so much. And so what I decided to do is do some research on the booking process, which most of us are familiar with. And we all, when we want to book a hotel, start out on Google, eventually find our way to Expedia or Booking.com, one of those. And the research shows that most of us do a lot of investigating. In fact, the average number of sites we visit, including hotel review sites and individual hotel sites, is 38. And the irony of it is, most of us go back to the OTA and book there. And what I learned was that there are people who are visiting my site and they're bouncing away and going back. And the idea was for me to find a way to be able to get them before they go back. So what I did was I decided if there is a way to keep them, I would figure it out. And I decided to install a live chat widget on our site that I could monitor. And sure enough, it was like connecting a spigot to a water line, and people were definitely visiting our site. They were asking for rates and availability. And I would have never known it if, you know, I hadn't put that chat capability on. The problem is that I could not handle all the chats by myself, and my staff couldn't always answer quickly enough. So the visitors would just leave. So it's like I discovered this new sales channel that already was there, had not been tapped into, but now I had to figure out a way to handle these chats. So I came across this whole concept of automated chat. And that's why we developed what is now called GuestChat. Think of it like a front desk receptionist who's always there on the website, ready to offer rates, answer questions, and make reservations. And what it did for us is save a significant amount of time and answer questions. You can see these are some of the features that these chat bots have. I know you guys are familiar with them, but to give you an idea, here's what it looks like in practice on our site. Let me show you. So there's a widget. It sits on any web page with 2 lines of code. It opens up. Hi, I'm your virtual assistant, and this is what I'm capable of doing. And let me just put in rates here. I'm going to put in my mother-in-law's birthday, November 18th. Got to remember that. And do a search. And there you go. It gives you the different room types, shows you the occupancy and the amenities. And besides that, you can see the price and just click book now, and you can put in your rates, put in your name and put in your credit card, and you're good to go. So that's the basics of it. And here are the actual numbers that we got for January through March of 2021 on our site. You can see that we had about 2,700 visitors, and of those, you can see about 10% interacted with the bot, and of those, you can see about half asked for rates, and of those, we got 9 bookings over a 3-month period. Now, for us, that translates into an average booking value, meaning how long they stayed for, was on average valuable to us in terms of this amount of dollars, 425. And that translated into money for us. And if you break that down into a monthly expenditure versus return, we would be thinking of charging a price of $150 a month. And on a monthly basis, that for us was $1,275 a return. And we believe we can do this for other hotels. Now, the idea and the goal here is that we would have an annual charge based on a monthly fee of $150. And if we get 600 hotels in the course of what we plan to be 4 years, we should be able to hit a mark of 1 million.
Got 1 minute.
And just to give you an idea, our target, our target market is the independent hotels in North America. These are 3 to 4 star economy class through upscale properties with an average rate of 150 and above. And to give you an idea of our competitors, they are all around the world, and they are ahead of us by about 3 to 5 years. Ask Suite in Brazil has over 1,400 hotels that they claim to have onboarded. And over in France, QuickTex has 2,000 hotels. They're mainly focused on Europe and Latin America. And we're just starting out, and we want to focus on North America. And the big difference between us and the rest is that we are hoteliers, and we bring that experience to the table. And I will let you read the asks right there. That's it. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Very, very nice. Good job. All right. So first question from Eric, are you able to see who the site visitors are and know when they book with the OTA?
I'm able to, I don't know their identity, but I know where they're coming in from. I know what they're asking. I know some things about them, but unless they give me some details, I won't be able to figure that out. Now, how it works is usually we go to if they decide to book through the booking engine, meaning the hotel's booking engine, we have a way of being able to track through the booking engine if they finished, meaning if they actually hit book. So we'll be able to give rates, a rate of success or conversion rate essentially.
Okay. And he also wants to know, would you have different pricing levels or service levels, such as offering live chat support as well?
Yeah, so the thing automatically can transfer to live. So basically, if you ask for a live agent, it has the option to have somebody step in. A live agent can step in at any time. I could give more description about why that's not the best idea for hotels, but the capabilities there, and we have it right there.
Got it. Just from my standpoint, can you speak a little more to your unique value proposition? Because you showed the competition, but I'm still not. Yeah, you're a hotelier, which I appreciate, and that can go to your brand.
Yeah.
But is there anything specific that really makes you different than what else is out there?
I would say that it's not, but I would say don't downplay that hotel management thing. And I'll tell you why. Because the way I'm approaching it and the way we're approaching it is, we actually really, the fact that I stepped out of the hotel management space and I've come into this hotel technology space has opened up a whole set of new information and worlds to me. Specifically, I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at you guys, meaning like I did not have any access to any of this stuff. And so I've been exposed to a lot of new things. And part of that is technology for hotels of all types. So when we approach a hotel, while initially it's chatbots that we're providing, we're looking at more tools and more technology. And I'll be very specific. We're looking at conversion tools, meaning things on websites like pop-ups, things that will show this is the rate that you get on booking.com, this is the rate that you get on Expedia, but look, you can get the lowest rate right here, or review things that pop up. So what we bring to the table is a partnership and hopefully a trust that's built over time. I'll give you other examples. Google ads, hotel ads. This is now becoming a serious thing. So we're now looking to partnering with another company to provide that for hotels. So, or revenue management, which is another technology. There's a lot of hoteliers around the world who don't even know about some of that stuff. So the unique value proposition is that personal touch for us, and because we are in that business.
Okay, awesome. And I definitely wasn't suggesting downplaying it, in fact, upplaying it.
Yeah.
Just wondering how it was going to manifest in particular, but you answered that, so thank you. What is your involvement in GuestChat? Are you the founder, coder, one of the partners?
Yeah, I'm the guy who came up with the idea.
Okay.
However, I call myself the general manager.
Got it. Jazriel, what range of questions can be asked with the chat?
I can ask anything related to its rates. In fact, that's a good question. You know, let me show you so you can see it for yourself, and then you guys could decide if you don't mind. So to give you an idea of what is happening in the background there, share a screen. There it is. This is us setting up the icons, but to give you an idea of those questions, here are those questions just for you to see. ATM accessibility, activities, and I mean, crib, cot, deposits, email, golf, hot tub, languages, everything you can imagine, nightlife, payment policy, payment types, photos, restaurant reservations, room view, Wi-Fi, you'll see it all. Uber. So yeah, it's enough.
Nice. And these are standard, or can the client ask custom questions or add what they
Yeah,
want?
yeah. So that's a feature that we're actually adding, so that there's going to be some hotel specific questions, but then they're going to have to add in.
Nice. Denny would like to know, how is this protected? Is it copyrighted? How are you going to deal with the inevitable competition?
No, it's not copyrighted, and anybody can reproduce it, but it's one hell of a task to create. I'll tell you that.
Absolutely. Eric says, how far are you from having a voice skill for smart speakers?
I know it's possible, and we work through Google. All the stuff that we work through is with Dialogflow, which is a Google product, and they have that voice capability. We just have not looked at it because our focus has been on getting this product ready. And basically, we're ready, and now we're about to pitch to hotels, which is part of what I need here. I believe that down the road, while that might become much more of a relevant thing, that we could just enable it. And you know, that's due to the lack of my technical knowledge to know how hard or easy it is. But I have a feeling it's not that hard to do.
Yep. Yale says, so this is for smaller boutique hotels, correct? Not major brands?
The major brands won't take it because they have their own deal, you know, they bring in their own thing. However, that doesn't rule out, I wouldn't say small, I would say, you know, very, very large properties who are independents and they want something like this. Because if you think about it, if you have 5,000 monthly visitors or 10,000 monthly visitors, but you're not a chain, let's just say a chain, then as an independent hotel or an independent, again, not a chain, but an independent set of hotels, you're gonna benefit from this because you cannot nearly answer that many questions for that kind of traffic.
Right. Eric has a very important question. He says, are there any questions about snakes?
There are not.
Wow.
Oh, there's I have something about
There should be.
Apparently Eric is afraid of snakes, and that's okay.
Yeah, well, trust me, as a hotel manager, I'm familiar with it. And not only the question, as in the thing.
So Denny says, if I understand this correctly, once you are charging a monthly fee, you should not have problems with lost income for cancellation, which drives most of us nuts using booking engines that are out there?
If I understand properly, the idea is once they book, if they need to cancel, they would have to go on the same booking engine that's hotel facing. And yeah, they could do that. That's right. I mean, if that's the question.
Yeah. Tim's question, do you have a board, equity partners, et cetera? How far along are you in this process?
That's a good question. Yes, we have a board. It's me and my business partner and my wife. It's a family affair with friends, so it's done sort of like that, but it's relatively small.
Nice. It's a fun place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, my question earlier about unique value proposition, really, the note I wrote here was about your brand and bringing in the fact that you are a hotelier into it, because that is something that will attract these independent properties.
Yeah.
So that's going to be, to me, it seems like maybe your biggest differentiator. It's not going to be the technology. Technology is going to be duplicated very easily by other people. It's going to be this message of yours that says, hey, I know what you're going through. I've been there. I am there. And I've got a solution for you that that only I can help you with because I understand. And that's going to be a powerful message. So create that brand and really that's what's going to attract people. It's going to compel these hotels to work with you.
Yeah.
It's my 2 cents on that.
Appreciate that.
So what is success for you then, I guess? Is there an exit strategy here? Or is this just something you're just going to build up and hold on to? Are you looking to, what does success look like in a few years?
Well, I really do think a key milestone here is if we can get, because, okay, for us, I think a key milestone would be that same 600 hotels onboarded. You know, what we don't have is water under the bridge. And in fact, that's why I'm here, to see if I can find ways of finding hotels that might be interested. We're at a point right now where we're just trying to get water under the bridge. Let's get people on board. And so if you ask me, where does that lead you? At a certain point, that leads me to a stable business that can handle, you know, a floodgate of water under that bridge without being overwhelmed. And then at a certain point, beyond that, the stability is to be able to say, to hand it over to whoever, whether it's handed over to my daughter who's involved and, you know, helping us on this. In fact, the design that you see there is, you know, hers, so that she can have a life for it, or be able to have it sold to a company that will benefit. But again, this, in my estimation, is bigger than a chatbot, because you look at those conversion, the interaction rates are 10%, right? Meaning 10% are being interacted with, but most of us usually just minimize it. Same thing with the pop-ups. I figure if we get those pop-ups and the conversion tools, we probably might get another 10%. But we're always looking for, okay, what else can we offer that's going to give value to that hotelier, whether it's revenue management or anything like that. So my vision is to make a sort of like a more inclusive, many featured, or many things that we can offer the hotelier. And at a certain point, when we're rock solid and established and have a lot of clients, then be able to either make a living for my daughter for it or sell it off to a bigger company.
Got it. Denny wants to know, how do you plan on marketing this? Do you have a budget for marketing? What's your marketing plan look like for getting the word out?
So I have 3 lines of getting people. One is my business partner, who is a former minister of tourism here in Grenada and is pretty well connected in the industry in the Caribbean. So he is getting us hotel clients for me to pitch. That's one. And now you guys are actually a secondary line of marketing, where I basically go and I get people to see if they can find me others that I can pitch to. And then the third is basically representatives or marketing companies that can bring me qualified leads, which I've actually approached as well. And And yeah, the only thing about that is we're realizing issues with onboarding. So instead of somebody bringing in 100 leads a month, which would cause me a bottleneck over on the onboarding side, I'm trying to get just water under the bridge so we work out the kinks of the system and then go over to that marketing guy who will be able to control the rate at which he brings in people to pitch. But I'm open.
No, actually, in my opinion, that's an excellent approach. I see too many people go to marketing, which is an amplifier, before they have their message down, before they even have their first 1 or 2 clients.
Yeah.
And it's too much. And their message isn't refined, their brand isn't clear, and they throw money out the window or down the funnel, however you want to look at it. So good. Eric's question is GuestChat mobile friendly?
Very, very mobile friendly. In fact, I want to say 2 things. One, we were considering making that booking right there on the widget, like in the widget. And in fact, so if you pull out your phone, and you pull up Siesta and you let the bot come up, like the bot will come up, cover the screen, you put in your dates, bang, it's that quick. And surprisingly enough, I saw a demo from another company not involved in this, who was basically trying to say bookings are going direction of mobile. And so in the middle of their presentation, I was like, why don't you go to this site and just check it out? So they did, and like within 2 seconds, they could get to that, to like put in their name and thing, and they were quite surprised. That's the first thing I wanted to say. But the other thing I want to say is, what we're doing is, because a lot of hotels are closed, we're just doing free trials through the end of 2021 to get water under the bridge. And then we would come in with a lower price starting in 2022. And then by 2023, take that rate up to that 150. Nice.
Tim has an interesting comment. Maybe consider giving equity with an investment to the first 100 hotels that engage. He sees so many entrepreneurs that own 100% of something worth X when it could be 50% of Y. So basically, let them become part of your mission, I think is what Tim is saying from an equity standpoint. And maybe that will also help draw them in.
Huh. I've talked to you about that, Tim. I wonder about that, because I wonder how that'll work, because is the idea that they'd be able to spread it out?
The advantage is that if they've got ownership, then they're going to take pride in it, and they're going to force people to go to your engine because it's going to benefit them as they're part owner of the company.
Yeah.
So that's a good way for you to grow very fast. And if you limit to the number of people and the number of equity you give away, it's really beneficial for you. I think he's right. It could be as much as 20 times.
Huh.
It's an option. Yeah, definitely something to consider. Small equity stake.
That I think is the biggest mistake I personally make. So I'm not even saying I see others do it. When I started Core Wealth Consultants, I had this entrepreneur view of I want to own everything. I want to be the head person, when in reality, almost every successful company is a team of people, right? I mean, and the more people you can get engaged in your mission, it's better. It's more of a hassle, you know what I mean? It's more work, and but everyone thinks, oh, I'm going to hold on to everything, when in reality, you're almost better off giving away equity, and then you get 100. I don't know what the number is. Again, I'm just throwing out numbers, but
okay.
Big mistake most entrepreneurs make, me included. We think it's all about us, and instead of going with team.
Yeah, right now we are in a startup phase, testing the kind of a thing. The most important is the execution phase. That's where majority fail, and that's where you need a team.
Mm-hmm.
Without team, it's almost impossible. And in fact, later on, your market value of your business also goes down. Nobody, investor, venture capitalists, big ones, will invest in you, because if you get hit by a truck, that's the scenario. That's the first question they think about it.
Yeah.
So you have to. I know you're getting your daughter involved in it. That's fantastic, but still, I think, as you said, Tim, makes sense to build a team quickly.
Yes.
To execution phase.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a good point.
And you just need to think about the parameters you're going to offer to them, because you don't want somebody to just get equity and then do nothing.
Yeah.
So
sit
obviously,
down.
you have
That's
some
right.
guarantee of performance on their part, and if you get that, you're golden. And really help.
Mhm.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to turn the final question over to Mr. Eric.
All right. Thank you, Nima. And thank you for stepping up and being ready to go already. That was great. So the final question, and I'm glad you got to present to one of the travel capitals of the world. What can we here in Orlando do for you?
Get me hotels, man.
Okay.
Get me hotels to pitch.
Now, Yale used to be in hospitality, so I'm sure he knows a lot of people. And now with this equity idea bouncing around, Yale might know some people that he wants to call to help the company he has maybe a little equity in. So I'm seeing
I just sent Nima a note prior to that. Eric, as you were speaking to Nima, give me a shout. Let's connect.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm really good
Perfect.
friends with Rich Maladecki, who runs the Central Florida Hotel and Lodging Association, and every hotel in Central
retired.
Florida, with the exception of Harris Rosen, because he's just a wildcat. He just does everything by himself. Point is, lots of small hotels are part of that. And I'll tell them all about this and introduce you to them.
I
It'd
really
be good
appreciate it.
for you.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you, everybody.
I would think real estate brokers would be advantageous
How so?
Yeah.
in finding hotels for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We actually did it. We actually did a bot for the real estate side too. I spent like 3 months creating it. Awesome bot. It's there, but didn't have any takers, meaning like the big online companies that do the same kind of thing for properties just didn't take it, and so I just stepped back to the hotel. This is great.
Okay. All right.